And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Beyond the 90. We've got a very, very special guest for you today. I say that every time, but even then, this one, if you've watched Sasha, if you've watched me before, if you watched Shameless FC, you know about this man already. Mr. Flawless, Mr. Take Note, 1/6, 1/7. I can't remember how many people on Shameless.
It's 1/7. It is 1/7. It is 1/7. But it's one because it's 7 teams. Yeah, it's 1/7. Yeah,
1/7 for Shameless FC. Yeah, Mr. Sarcasm, Mr. Flawless himself. Flawless, how you doing, my friend?
Yo, firstly, thanks for having me, man. Obviously, the debut on the channel, you're doing big things over here, so I appreciate you having me, first and foremost. So let me get that out of the way. Secondly, I'm all good, man. And again, thank you for having me. Looking forward to this, to be on the channel, not talking about United. I'm not looking forward to this. I am not.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that very much. No, I'm kidding. We're not ending this here. We're just going to get, obviously, you guys know Flawless, big up. So we'll get into your comments in just a second. But first of all, Flawless, last few Man United results, I think we're going to be honest, it's not been good, has it really?
No, but it's not been good since the start of the season. And me and you have, because we speak every week on Shameless. Every week I get stick, whether it's in the comments on Shameless, that's why I don't read them, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on my channel, where you get the Ollie inners and they be on my case, especially because we had a good transfer window. People were fooled into thinking the fact that we had such a good window that the problems still wouldn't be there. We signed Sancho, we signed Varane, we signed Cristiano Ronaldo. All of the issues Manchester United had last season and the season before are still there. You can't just add individual brilliance. It's a team thing. This is why we don't play well as a team. Manchester United haven't played well since Leeds, which was the opening day of the season. The results have been fine. Where we are in the table, if you look at it without context, it's also okay. But then when you look at who we've played, we should be top of the table. When you look at who we've played, because we haven't had Chelsea's running, we haven't had City's running, and we haven't had Liverpool's running. Like we drew to Everton, lost to Aston Villa, drew away at Southampton. There's 3 games there. If one of them was a bad result, I go, okay, but all 3 of them, and then we've got the running from hell in the next 7. They say 7's heaven, not with us in the Premier League, because that running is peak. Like that running. Everyone was talking about it when the fixtures came out, like how tough that running is. And I don't think Ollie makes it out of it. I legit don't. I can't see how he makes it through this year. I've said he don't make it till December. I think he's gone before then.
Do you think he'll come in then?
Who knows with these lot? They might give it to McPhelan to the end of the season. Who knows with our board and our owners? It might
Michael Carrick, end of the season.
Might be Carrick. It might be Carrick till the end of the season. But I'd take that over what we have because it can't get any worse. Like people say, oh, who do you want? There's no ideal candidate. Anything is better than what we have. Whereas I have no hope in this season. I had no hope going into, these things. I said it. I had no hope before the start of the season. People were like, oh, we ain't gonna win anything. We're not gonna challenge. At most, we win an FA Cup or a League Cup. That's what I said at the very most, simply because of the individual quality we have. But the League Cup's good.
Is that just your Arsenal? But similar mentality to Arsenal, just get top 4. Kind of, that's where you're going to be. Is that where you think I keep confusing the Glazers and the Cronkies, man. I swear to God, I'm not even meant to. I'm not even meant to, but it's just that I'm not even doing it on purpose. But it seems like the same thing Arsenal did. Just get top 4, you'll be fine. Get top 4, you'll be fine. Win a cup maybe, and then keep the fans happy. It's kind of going down that path.
Yeah, I've said this before. We are them when their fans started to turn on Wenger. Where Arsenal were during that period where it was just finished top 4, win an FA Cup or a League Cup. Where Arsenal were during that period under Wenger, that's where we are now. And the only way is down, 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 because we've seen what happened to Arsenal. They are now a mid-table club. They finished 8th back-to-back. They're currently 11th. Like, that's where Arsenal are at. So where Arsenal fans talking aloud is talking about top 6, top 4. Like, you don't need to concentrate on just getting 7th again and getting back into Europe. But however, with that, yes, that's exactly where we are, and that's concerning. The only difference between us and Arsenal is because we are Manchester United, we'll always attract players of a certain caliber. Like if you look at our window, there's not many teams who can get Varane, Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo in the same window. Yeah. Considering we're not a great project, and also people, let's not forget it. We pay big money. Manchester United pay massive money, and that can turn heads, and that's literally what it is. So when you're Manchester United in name, and you pay big money, players are going to want to come. This is why we signed Varane. This is why Sancho came. This is why Cristiano Ronaldo came. This is why people talk all the time about the level of talent in our squad, because the squad is there. Is it the best in the world? Absolutely not. Does it have deficiencies? Yes, like every squad. Should Ollie be doing miles better with that squad? Yes. We shouldn't be playing Villarreal and getting bopped off the park. We won the game.
For majority of the game.
Majority of the game, we were dreadful. And I wasn't even shocked.
After losing the final. After losing the final time as well. You thought there were a little bit of come at you and just go, look, man, you take the piss out of us, we're going to come back. In the same way, we beat Southampton 9-0, pull the pants down. They came, no, we're not having that. And they came back
doing that again.
Beat us 2-1 because it's not happening again.
They ain't doing that again, 100%. Like, not a chance. Like, you expect us to bounce back. The crazy thing is Villarreal played better in the Champions League game than they did the Europa League game. Because the Champions League game, they actually created good chances. And if they were 2-3-0 up at half-time, nobody would have complained. And we were doing the watch along. And the worst part about it is I wasn't even shocked by this. Like, it's kind of just like, all right, this is just how Manchester United play. Like, this is what it is. The watch alongs are more just get-togethers and vibes with people. Like, I'm like, let me get my co-host on. Let me talk to the chat because we know what we're getting. And we do big numbers because people think, well, not big, well, big numbers for us in Sarcasm City TV because people think that we're going to be wilding out. People don't understand that even though I'm a United fan, like, I'm a realist. I know what this is. This is why I don't get mad. This is why I don't rant and rave about poor performances because that's what we are. This is how we are now. This is the level we are at. But we'll still win games because of the quality we have. And that's why we're 4th, 3rd in the league, wherever we're at.
This is something that I was kind of on a similar note to that. This is obviously because Leicester have not been good this season as well. We've talked about that before. But there's one thing that we kind of, if you take it back to, like, you take it back to some of the best performances of the Man United and best performances of the Leicester. What they had is, like, I heard this on the radio the day on Radio Leicester, but I thought it was right interesting to talk about. You talk about individual brilliance. We're kind of relying on that with Kelechi Iheanacho and Jamie Vardy at the moment. I mean, Jamie Vardy, top joint with Salah as the top scorer at the moment, going completely overlooked, but we'll take that any day. One thing I want to talk about is like the pairings. You could always have like two. Before, when we won the league, we had Drinkwater and Kante. We had when we really fired, we had Tillemans and we had Ndidi. And I know you've had the same for Man United. Have you really got any partnerships that are really working very well? Because that is an issue, I think, at the moment where I'm like, okay, Leicester, last year there was loads of partnerships that were working. This year, nothing's happening.
Yeah, we don't have partnerships. It's every man for himself. And this is why Sancho, who is being unfairly criticized, is because he's finding that out. What Manchester United, what I know as a Manchester United fan, and most Manchester United fans who are being realistic, is every man for himself. There's no patterns of play. There's no teamwork. Players will spark together and produce a team goal simply because of their individual quality, so they can play a 1-2. Again, I say it all the time. When you have all of the attacking quality we have in the 90-minute game, they're bound to click. You can't have a front three, big up MP gaming, of, say, Pogba, Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Bruno behind it. Between those four, they're going to put something together. And you can add Greenwood in that mix. You can add Rashford in that mix. You can add Donny whenever he gets a game time in that mix as well. So, but yeah, it's every man for himself. And this is why, I've said it before, all our top talent gets criticized. Doesn't matter who it is. We've seen Cristiano Ronaldo get criticized, who is probably the best goal scorer in Europe when it just comes to just scoring goals. He gets criticized. Pogba, who's a quality player. Bruno gets criticized. I've seen people criticize Greenwood last year. Rashford's the same. All of our players. Donny, who's not even played. It's just Ollie tax. I say it all the time. Ollie tax is the heftiest tax in sport. Heftiest tax. And you can't survive it. And Sancho's finding out about it now.
I mean, there's a load of positions that you've filled, which is really, again, the window you've had has been amazing. And I thought you would have kicked on. That's why I thought Liverpool were going to struggle and then you weren't. No, it's been the other way around. It's been mad. I've come out publicly and said that. I'm like, I stick to my guns. It is what it is at the moment. Definitely learning that one out. And so is Ollie still playing the 4-2-3-1, kind of setting up how we expect? As many really things change from what you're saying? Doesn't sound that there's a lot, does there?
Yeah, it's the same. It's still the same 4-2-3-1. Did it change against, I think it was Leeds, where it looked more of a 4-3-3, and there was a game, was it Villarreal? I think it was Villarreal, where it was more 4-3-3-ish. But then he's playing Scott McTominay, who's not good enough. But for the most part, it's 4-2-3-1. De Gea in goal, who's been actually one of the bright sparks of the season. He's put in some quality performances. Some of the saves he's made, and somebody said this is similar to the end of Mourinho's run, when De Gea was picking up all the man of the matches. That's what it's kind of like now. So I'm just hoping Ollie goes, because it will just lift everything around it. Because you hear, even the reports I don't like coming out. Like I'm hearing, Carrick and McKenna are working with Scott McTominay so he can play as a lone DM. Why not just go get a 6 rather than change him at 25 into a lone 6? And if you're planning this, why not do this during pre-season? Why wait until October to get this together? But then they're saying that's because of the Ronaldo signing, and he would have got people closer to him. And this is why I didn't like the Ronaldo signing, not because anything against Cristiano Ronaldo, because it wasn't planned. If Cavani had left and Ronaldo comes in, I go, all right, cool. Well, you kept Cavani, you got Martial there, Rashford can play up front, Greenwood can play up front as well. And then you sign Cristiano Ronaldo, who goes against the way you want to play. Like Oli likes to play counter-attacking. Ronaldo, even though he's quick, that's not the best out of him. He needs the ball in the box. If you're a counter-attacking team, that's not what it is. So yeah, with the 4-2-3-1, very concerned because we know our options in the pivot ain't good. I've wanted 2 of your players for ages, and Ndidi's top of my list. I've said this for ages. I've told you.
Who's the other one?
Go and get Ndidi. I like Tielemans as well. I'm a big fan of Tielemans. I take either of them. And Ndidi first. But if we signed either of them, great. If we're being greedy, both. But I'm a big fan of both of them.
Yeah, I think from last time from the Maguire deal, I've probably gone to a bit. They're probably a bit burned from that, and I've seen I think reports as well from like 50 million for Jesse Lingard, who's actually been one of your best performers this season. From what again, I don't watch him game in game out, but from what I've seen as well, what's the future for him? Because I know there's a load of clubs sniffing. I think ourselves a little bit. You've got people like West Ham, obviously, that want him back. There's a few clubs. I think I've heard recently. We'll get on to the Newcastle bit in a bit because. Oh my God, there's so much stuff going on about that. We'll come on to that in a bit. I'll see some of your comments. But for like Newcastle, that would be a great signing for him to then take them up to the next level as well.
Yes, the thing is with Lingard, I think it was a money thing because I think he would have left because everyone was saying it, even Manchester United. I'm a big fan of Jesse Lingard, have been. Even when he went through his poor run of form, I'm like, Jesse's still a quality player. Is he good enough to be playing week in, week out for Manchester United where we want to go to? No, I don't think he is. However, he can be a very, very effective squad player, a very good squad player. And we've seen it this season already. We've legit seen it with his performances. But again, he's suffering under Oli tax because he went to West Ham last season where he went to a worse manager, a worse team with worse players around him and performed better. What I just said there doesn't make sense. He was the informed player. This guy was getting a goal or assist literally every game he was. And he's around worse players in a worse team. But you put him with better talent and you're getting worse results. That lets you know. Because Lingard is very much like that. If you put him in the correct system, you'll get the most out of him. And one thing about David Moyes at that level, and that's no disrespect to West Ham, he'll do that. Because we've seen him do it with Everton, and now we're seeing him do it with West Ham. And if you mirror the Everton and West Ham teams, they're the same. He has certain profiles of player. All Lingard is in that West Ham team is Stephen Pienaar. That's all it is.
He just fits it. He just does it. He just does it.
Exactly.
And again, they found their form, haven't they, West Ham, where they found the perfect man. And it's really weird because I know that West Ham fans still hate the owners, and it's just kind of like, oh, we're doing well. Screw the owners.
Well.
I get it. I 100% get it. Where I was like, I went with you, but can we not play you again? I'd rather play Man City. Honestly, we get tanked by them. We get pammed by them every season now. It's really embarrassing. Anyway,
is that Brendan Rodgers? You just can't get to grips with Moyes. Is that what it is? Is it just something else? You just don't know. You can't call it.
Fair enough. Vibes. It's literally just vibes at this, right? It's just like you're watching it going, this is just pain. You know, again, you get to about 60 minutes, you're like, I've accepted what this is now. You're like, with Ollie, it's like, I've just accepted how this is now. We'll just go on post-match and have a little bit of a rant, but we just know, we're like, can we just not play you again? This is not fun. This is not good. This is hurting my sanity. Just not. But yeah, every season, I 100% would play you guys, would play any team over West Ham. They're just
not West Ham.
It's just one of them ones where it's just Brendan Rodgers doesn't know how to set up against them, and and David Moyes goes, I know how you're going to play. Let me knock you for 6, and we have no answer for it. No answer. Straight out the ballpark before we even start.
That happens in like all teams have that one team where they just struggle against. Same way you have that one team who you play very well against. So I hear that.
One question as well. People are coming to the cars. Big up, Nippon. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well as well. Who's going to get fired first, Ollie or Brendan? I think fired would be the wrong way of putting it, especially for Brendan. But I think you're referring to. Well, I think Flores can answer that one first, and I'll get on.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be Ollie because I don't think he makes it through this period. And I've said this. I don't think we play Arsenal the 30th of November, I believe, and then Palace is the next game, the 4th of December. If he is still in charge against Palace 4th of December, I don't know what to tell you. This season is more of a write-off than even I thought it was. And I wrote it off before it began. There's no way he survives it. But I've been running through the 7 fixtures with different Manchester United fans doing content. And the difference in answers you get is like more rival fans are picking more points from us. I said I think we get 6 points from the next 7. I've said this.
Jesus.
We get 6. I'm hearing other people say 10. Certain people are saying 12, 15. I'm like, what are you talking? So we win 5 out of these 7 games? Like, no. I'm not confident. Even though Leicester are in bad form, I don't think we beat you. I'm not predicting to beat you lot on the weekend. Absolutely not.
Well,
No.
both of us have got centre-back pairings out at the moment as well. One has been reported massively. We'll have to get onto that. Obviously, you got Fred, which is obviously you can't see that double pivot of McTominay and Fred, which is
Jeez, McFred.
which is disappointing. I mean, the crowd obviously are going to be gagging for that one, which is not going to happen. Not Ronaldo, but obviously Maguire and Varane are out. How much does that affect your back line? Because as we've seen this season, we're trying to play out from the back, and we've not got Johnny Evans or Wes Fofana there. We've fallen apart pretty much.
For us, and this is probably unpopular opinion, it doesn't make, to me, as much as I rate Varane, like I rate Varane highly, quality player, even when he's come in, he's looked good. It's not going to make that much of a difference because we still concede goals anyway. De Gea's out here getting man of the match performance. If we're playing against Wolves and De Gea's getting man of the match, like that tells you, like, if your goalkeeper's getting man of the match, and that's no disrespect to Wolves, and he's pulling off world-class saves, and people are saying he's the Gea of old. This is like him under Van Gaal. This is him under Mourinho, and that is very concerning. So yeah, like I don't think it makes that much of a difference. If Varane and Maguire are fit, it doesn't change my opinion, is what I'm saying. Even though they're a better pairing, I don't even know who's fit. Not sure if Bailly's fit. Lindelof, I think, is awful. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of Maguire. Bailly, I know
he
as
a stormer. And then he's out.
And then he's injured. I know he played for Ivory Coast, but I don't know if he's still fit. Man are saying Phil Jones might get a game. McTominay, he might go. The only saving grace is he might go to a back three with wing backs, which I do like for us. That's it. If I see a back three, even if it's a back three of, say, Bailly, Lindelof, and Shaw, for instance, I like wing backs for us. I think we have the personnel for it, and it solves the McFred problem because you don't need to play the two of them because you have an extra centre back.
He'll find a way.
Maybe. Oh yeah, it's
He'll
all
find a way.
Still. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We had it with Claude Puel where we were playing 4-3-3 and we were playing 3 CDMs. And I remember back and somehow we managed to we got Ndidi, Mendy, and Chowdhury all in that midfield. And it was peak. He played that against Cardiff and we lost at home. I remember I was on that match and I was just like, ugh.
He was managing Cardiff at that point. Was it Ollie?
No, he might as well have been.
I don't know if he's managing Cardiff at that point.
It was Claude Puel did some crazy stuff. Again, he's one of them managers that he probably kind of how Ollie is at the moment. He was a transition manager to get us to that next level. And obviously you needed that from Mourinho because the squad was completely depleted. Ollie has done some good stuff, but at the same time, he's not that man to take you to the next level. And just kind of one thing I brought up earlier, but I was going to get it back again. For those of you wondering, John Percy, again, if you know anything about Leicester City football, Midlands football, this is the man right here. Brendan Rodgers will not be leaving Newcastle on offer when Steve Bruce is sacked. No intention of a job, was fully committed to Leicester. Again, I kind of agree. I think for now, people will be saying, oh, yeah. And if you believe the news, you believe that Jamie Vardy's going, Wesley Fofana's going, Yuri Tillemans is going, and Brendan Rodgers is going. So we had, it's not happening. Basically, it's not happening. So anybody, don't worry about Brendan Rodgers. He's here for now. I think it is. We got to be realistic and go, look, when you have that kind of opportunity, it's really hard to turn down. When you're giving that kind of money where you're just going do what you want, every manager will want to jump at that, and there won't be another opportunity like that in the Premier League in the next 20 years. I'd say
probably not. And it might not be for him. Facts. I agree.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on.
So, yeah, that's all I'm saying, regardless of that. So I wouldn't worry too much, everybody, about Brendan Rodgers for now. That's been obviously a big key issue. We will try and turn it around. But we always, I think, recent flaws. Last time we played you guys, obviously we played you. The last time we played you guys, the 2-1 doesn't really count. You guys played basically a second team with like Diallo.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't really, can't really count that. The time before that, I think it was the quarterfinals of the FA Cup at our place.
Yeah, and you beat us, I remember watching.
And before that, 2-2 when you played. Oh no, was it? Where did we play? Where did we play before that? Is it your ground? I'm trying to think now.
I know we didn't win because I would have remembered it or not. I tried to raise our bad performances.
JB Vardy, I think 80th and 86th of a minute. Jesse Lingard got. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I think so.
I'm legit lost. My memory's not the best, so I legit can't remember. Like I say, Ollie's just got me blanking out like results and stuff. People be like, "Oh, what happened?" Like, no, I can tell you results from 5-6 years ago. Well, longer than that, 10 years ago. But when it comes to, I'll tell you about United winning that hybrid. You get what I'm saying? 4-2. John O'Shea chipping the keeper. But when the last time we played Leicester in the FA Cup recently, I don't know, we lost. That's all my remembers. We lost.
Who won it? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, if we won it, great. That's all that matters, legit. But yeah, the results. I'm not, like I said, I'm not confident going into this game at all.
Really,
no.
even with our
I love it.
Again, player you spoke about as well, in Diddy. I mean, we're going to have somebody in that midfield. Maybe Samare, maybe Chowdhury. He's had a bit of a... He was actually had an all right game. You know how... I've talked to you about it, how much of a fan I am of his, just with the British Asian footballer from my place. Of course, I'm going to back him up a little bit. But again, we're going to have a little bit of a depleted squad. But you don't think that's going to matter? Because at the end of the day, I think, remember, when you guys played well, it was on the counter-attack against us. And we won't sit back and counter. We will probably try and attack the game. And with Vestergaard at the back...
Vestergaard's not been good. Has he not been good? What do you think your centre-back partnership is going to be for this game? Vestergaard and
it's
who?
It's going to be hope and prayers. Probably going to be Yannick Vestergaard and Charles Yunchu. Charles Yunchu's looked good, but he's just, I remember watching it with Man United over the years where you've had like a kind of Vidic and Ferdinand. They just clicked. Both of them just complement each other perfectly.
Yeah.
Just to get you more happy, because I know that's probably the last time you were happy with Man United squad as well. But you got that kind of them two, and you see two players and they just don't work. Yes, and that's what it is. They just don't click. On paper, they should click.
But Vestergaard, they just don't work. I suppose that happens. That happens. I think we've seen that with City, with Laporte and Diaz. Even though I think it's been a bit better this season, but last season it was Stones and Diaz, and that just seemed to click. So yeah, you're right. They should click. But do I have confidence into that? No, Everton had players missing, and it didn't make a difference. This is why I have no confidence. We played young boys. It's like Wolves, awful. You know what I'm saying? I seen them the next week get battered by Brentford, and we struggled against them. Like, I don't. I seen us lose at home to Aston Villa. I seen Everton Villa beat Everton. Like there's just no confidence.
But it could get a lot worse. It genuinely could. You got to admit. This is what Arsenal fans were saying when Wenger left.
Can it get
You got come on, Flores. You got to admit they were saying exactly the same thing.
They was, but they were because they were talking. What is being out of Europe? Maybe being out of Europe is, but we don't do anything in Europe anyway. Where are Europa League trades into a Europa League side? We might not make it through the group stages. Legit. During this tough run of 7 games, we might not make it. I cannot say with confidence right now we make it through the group stages. We play Atalanta back to back. 7 fixtures. We are Leicester away. Then we play Liverpool at home. Then it's Spurs away. Then it's Manchester City at home. Then it's Watford away. I've missed one in it. Then it's Chelsea away. Then Arsenal at home. I think I got the 7 right. You know how I know that 7? Because I've been talking about it for the longest. I think I got it right.
Oh, right. Okay. Man, well, are we counting you Champions League?
Nah, I didn't put in Champions League. I was talking next 7 Premier League, but Champions League is back to back against Atalanta. You know what I'm saying? Atalanta, I'm hearing they're a very good side.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that.
I can tell you about Timothy Castagno, where we got him from, and he's quality. And apparently they're doing a similar like blueprint to Leicester, where they're selling a player on, investing in young talent, and bringing them through. But I'm not going to lie, I would be like to be in Champions League. We're not good enough to win the last few results, to be honest, not to get through to the Champions League. But yeah, I think Atalanta, from what I've heard, are doing good things as well. So we got
this is what I heard.
Man United.
I haven't watched them. Yeah.
Atalanta. So yeah, me neither. But I've heard good things about them. Yeah. Obviously, Liverpool was a massive game for you and Ryan as well. That'll be fun, to be honest. Tottenham, Man United. That should be a breeze. I think you'd be fine.
Yeah, it should be. That's the only game in this period that I have any shred of confidence.
Dilly ding, dilly
dong. You know why? You know why Watford? You know why? You know why I'm not confident of Watford going away? Because that's the one. See how you looked at it then. That's how you're looking at it. That's how media's looking at it. That's how the fans are looking at it. That's how the manager and players are going to be looking at it. We're not going to win that game. We're going to trip up. I'm telling you right now. We're going to trip up with that Watford game. I'm telling you, because that's the one everyone's looking at during this period and going, yeah, United should win that. Guaranteed. I said, I think we get 6 from the next 7 Premier League games. Legit. Chelsea away, City and Liverpool at home, even Arsenal at home. Like, I'm not. The only one I look at, Spurs away. And even that could be a draw depending on how Nuno decides to set up against us. And throw in Champions League.
Kane. You have no idea.
And Harry Kane, no Varane, no Maguire. Who else is injured in that? McFred's in there. Ollie's still in charge. Like, it's not good. I'm just the realist people. Like, people don't like it, but it's just the facts of the matter.
And that's why we get you on. We appreciate you being honest as well, because at the end of the day, it is what it is with this. We try and keep it honest with this show as well. At the end of the day, when things aren't going well, we criticize, but we try and have a balanced opinion, because at times you've probably seen after a match, people just get, again, it's an emotional sport. We love the emotion,
Yes.
but sometimes, like, can you just calm down, people? Like,
Emotions
it's not
cloud,
the end
yes,
of the world.
can cloud
It's
your
not the end of the
judgment.
world. Emotional
Yeah.
cloud. I like that one. I
Yeah,
like
it
that one
is.
a lot.
People do. People let their emotions cloud their logic, like with Manchester United, and I don't do that. Just because I love Manchester United doesn't mean I'm not going to criticize and call things out. I'm more likely to because of how much love I have for it. And we are going nowhere. I see in a clip of Carragher today where I quote tweeted, and he's with Tony Bellew, and he was doing and this is mad that he's a Liverpool legend and he's talking like this. And the clip's on my Twitter, and he said something along the lines of,
Link in the
I
description.
did it. Yeah, I'm tired of big up for that. I'm tired of Neville. He did a podcast with Neville and Keane, and he said, I'm tired of them making excuses because they're their mate. He said, I'm tired of it. And that's Jamie Carragher saying that he's tired of these men making excuses because that squad is good enough to challenge. He said they finished second last season. They added Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo, and there's still excuses as to why Manchester United, not win, people, challenge. All I've said is Manchester United should challenge for the Premier League and challenge for the Champions League. And we're not going to do that. We didn't do it last season. Yes, we finished second, but we were like 20 points. Or we were closer to third than we were second.
And that's because Liverpool had a massive drop-off. We had a massive drop-off towards the end. Chelsea had Lampard. Yeah.
Yep. There you go. That's the only reason. Because this season, we finished third at best. I said this. I didn't expect Liverpool to be where they're at. Well, we're third at very best. We'll finish fourth. We're lucky that there's no fifth team. Leicester have had a bad start. We're lucky about that. And there's no one else I look at that I go, they're close enough to us in terms of squad quality or a great start to finish above us. Like, our squad will finish top 4 by itself.
Yeah, and the thing is, people will talk about a lot of the time. I think we talked about this last time on Shameless FC as well. We brought the table and we looked at them and we went, they're on. You know, before you'd have a few mid-table teams. Legit, it's Arsenal because everybody else is legit. That people have up the level so much. We're going to get some of your comments before I get into that as well. Fox Fancy, so again, make sure to check out this guy. Flores, if you want this guy on your channel, really, really awesome when he talks about fancy football. Fox Fancy, great guy as well.
If you're recommended him,
I remember I told you about him a while ago. Anyway,
hit me back up again. Yes, definitely going to get him on 100%. Cool. If you're recommending,
really,
I'm down for that.
Again, friend of the show, knows what he's doing as well. So again, look to talk about United as well. So this is the reason why we got him on, but because we know Flawless talks sense as well. There's a lot of people talking rubbish out here, and we appreciate Flawless coming on for that. But again, just looking at looking at some of the squads that we've got. I got obviously Newcastle, but Newcastle are in the dirt at the moment, but that's all going to change. I think we all know that pretty much. Then you got Norwich, Burnley, Southampton. Then next one's Leeds, Watford, Crystal Palace, Leicester, Wolverhampton. I don't want to say Wolverhampton. Wolves, Arsenal, Aston Villa, West Ham, Tottenham, Brentford, Brighton, Everton, and then top 4. So legit, all of the opponents are hard. And this is why I'm not that confident this season going, right, if we're trying to balance Premier League and Europa League, and these guys have got a break in between, this is going to be a hard season.
Would you rather target the Europa League at this point, though? Would you rather target the Europa League at this point?
Fam, we're crap in both. We lost to Legia Warsaw away.
Did you put a strong team out though? Was it like a strong team? It was a strong team.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a cycle thing with you lot then. Maybe how many years has Brendan Rodgers been at your club now?
2 3/4.
Is it 2 3? So the cycle.
I don't think it's.
Maybe it's. You don't think it's a cycle thing? Just pour in a form.
Brendan is partly to blame. The players are partly to blame. It's just a combination of things, you know. But it's one of those things. I don't know if you've had, you know, with Man United, when you go bad run, and one performance just goes right. I've got not my hopes up, but that performance just kind of there's the light. It gives you hope. There's the light.
Yeah, the light at the end.
And the thing is, we've had 2 seasons of good. Overall 2 5th place finishes in the FA Cup. Fantastic for Leicester City. Yes. And so again, we're going through a bit of a blip, and all you're seeing is people saying Brendan out or on social media that are too young and that play FIFA too much.
That's ridiculous. Do
you know what I mean? So the majority of Leicester fans, and I know we're behind the manager, we're 100% behind the manager, but we just got to ride out this one because it's not looking pretty. And coming into the match, obviously, both teams aren't probably going to be full of confidence, but at the same time, you're going to have a lot of players away on international duty that are there as well?
I believe Fred's gone away because I can't stand international duty. I believe with Brazil, he's gone over. So that means Fred can't play in this game. I believe so. Because I know Fabinho and Alisson, they're both missing for Liverpool. So because Liverpool were trying to move the fixture back and Watford said nah. So respect to Watford for that. Love that type of pay. Play at midday, you know what I'm saying? Or 12:30, I should say. So Fred might be missing. I think that's it. Tellez, who probably wouldn't have played anyway. I'm not sure if did he get called up to Brazil? I'm not sure if he's been called up, but I think we're fine in terms of it might just be Fred. But again, it don't make no difference. It don't matter what 11 play. We play bad. It don't matter what 11 we play. Doesn't matter if I like it, whether I don't like it, whether I think half of it's good. It's the same. It's different players, same results. Doesn't matter what game you play. If you've seen one Manchester United performance, you've seen them all. The only difference is the kit colors might be different. That's it. We played West Ham back to back in the space of 3-4 days. Two completely different 11s, both are shambles in terms of performances. As shambles. We won one, we lost one. The only difference was in the one we won was Lingard doing Lingard things and individual brilliance, and Ronaldo doing what Ronaldo does. That was the only difference in the two games.
So who do you think? So coming on to the game, obviously, who do you think the individual brilliance will be for this one? Because again, I know we're not keeping a clean sheet, but I guarantee you guys aren't going to clean one either. No, so it might be
goals in this. I
think somebody I can't remember, somebody from Rob Dorset or something from the Sky was like, 4-4 draw. Went, that'd be great fun. Not gonna lie,
that'd be great fun for you know what, for a watch along. Yeah, it would be a great fun. Still, it would be. I could see who's the individual, but I can see Ronaldo scoring because this is just typical Cristiano Ronaldo. Bruno, I can see popping up, but then I can add. It depends what Ollie goes with. I don't know. Does he play
4-2-3-1, right?
Does he play? But now in terms of the attacking players, because one thing they'll go 4-2-3-1 with the formation, but you can never guess what Ollie's going to do in terms of the front three. Because even when he dropped Ronaldo, I think because Ronaldo said something and he dropped him for the Everton game, which is the last one. I think because he said something. Because what you resting him for? Like, he needs resting. He's got resting him for Portugal. Are you resting him to play Luxembourg? Like, come on, man. Like, and he's done this before. Hat-trick. Yeah, he goes there and scores and gets 2 penalties. So it'll definitely De Gea in goal. The back four will be actually, you never know because of the injuries. I don't know what he's going to go with back four. Double pivot, don't know. But in terms of the individual brilliance, to answer your question, it depends what Ronaldo will play. Does he go Greenwood? Does he go Rashford's not back? Does he go Sancho? Does he go Pogba? I'm not sure. Pogba might go back and play in midfield. So it depends on formations. Because I legit don't know who's fit. And it's Ollie. So you never know what you're going to get. Never know.
Yeah. We're both coming at this not confident at the same time, but at the end of the day, we're coming up from two different perspectives. I think I was talking to you before, where I think on Shameless, where we were talking about I'm still in the first stage of anger because I know we're better than this, and then I was like, yeah, and you're just like, I accept it. Keep stabbing me in the heart. This is what we do.
Yeah, I accept. It's like being in that relationship, and you know your partner ain't. You get me? Your partner is a terrible person. Literally, but you stay in it for the kids. That's what it is. This relationship with Ollie has ran its course. We are now just staying in it for the kids, and the kids is Manchester United Football Club. That's why I'm still here. I've already emotionally detached from this situation. So you can't, people are like, oh, why don't you get mad? Why don't you rant and rave? Why don't you get angry? Because I expect this. Someone DM'd me about this and was like, I know you said you're on a vibes thing from the start of the season, but what would it take for you to get angry? I'm like, why am I going to get angry at something I expect? If my expectation was here and we drop below it, it's cool. The bar is on the floor. I've said this already. If we lose to you lot 3-0, it wouldn't surprise me. Not the slightest. Wouldn't surprise me at all. No. Jesus. Like, it would just be like us to come and kickstart your season. Guaranteed. We give you the result to kickstart your season. It could easily happen. Could be a 2-1 your way. I think it's going to be a draw, though, people. I've said a draw.
I think 2-2 sounds about right.
I can see that 2-2, but that 4-4 is not far. That could happen. With our defense, it could happen. Who knows? It depends what Ollie's going to go with. I don't know who's fit. It could be another 5-3. Do
you remember the 5-3? But do you know what? I remember because that one I was like I looked at that defense lineup and I just went, who? Man United? Who? Is it Blackwell? I've got Rodgers.
Yeah, it was Blackett. It was Tyler Blackett.
Blackett, that was it.
Yeah, it was Tyler Blackett. I think Smalley might have been in there. Maybe Raphael. Yeah, I remember. Great game. Some good goals.
Yeah,
I was enjoying it up until you started turning us over. It was great.
Yeah, our season went downhill from there. Trust me, it was like that result, and then I was like, well, at least we got that, and then we're gonna go down to the championship. Well, I thought, and then we did the Great Escape that season. Do you know what, man? Leicester always surprise you. They don't know. You don't know what's gonna happen. Legit, you don't know what's gonna happen. Evening, Chris. How are you doing as well? Hopefully you're doing well. I'm gonna get sent off. I'm gonna voices from behind. So, guys, go make sure to go over and check out Leicester TV, another fantastic Leicester YouTube channel as well.
Make sure you check it.
And chatting rubbish, and I can't bring that one up, and it's not appropriate for this channel. But make sure you go and see who's for as well. Maguire bottling in front of the King, the King Power again. Is that true? Is he not played in front of the King Power?
That's why he's played for us, for you lot. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he is genuinely injured. which I'm not fussed about. Like him being injured makes no difference. I'm cool with it whatsoever.
How's he been? And I asked that genuinely because
Yeah.
obviously the transfer. No, I do. We always try to check in with all our ex-Leicester players, but he's the one where I'm like, it's 80 mil. That's fine. It's like him and Danny Drinkwater. You just kind of like.
Yeah, you lot really, Danny Drinkwater and Chilwell to Chelsea as well. You lot really did a number.
Let's get Lewis on that one. We'll
yeah,
Lewis on. We'll ask him about that one as well.
130 mil on Drinkwater and Chilwell. But yeah, as with Maguire, he's just not good enough.
85 mil, more than Maguire. You can hold that over Lewis's head for two players.
Yeah, defo. Because Chilwell was what? When Chilwell 50?
50.
Yeah, Chilwell was 50, you know. That's great.
Danny Drinkwater's 35.
Danny Drink, just to bump it up, just to piss him off, I'd just say 40. That's what I'm gonna say, and just to annoy him.
Or if you have one,
I'd say 90.
I just do this sometimes at Lewis and
drink water. You know what I'm saying? Drink water. Oh my, but yeah, where was we at? Maguire. He's just not good enough. Simple as that. I've tried to defend him simply because large up Ryan in the cut as well. You know what I'm saying? Big up little bro Ryan. Needs to get his act together on pro clubs. Talking about players not being good enough, it's fitting that you put that up. Because we started the Sarcasm City TV FC Pro Clubs on FIFA 22. Lord Jesus. Okay. Sometimes Ryan be playing against
link in the description. You know go and check them out if you've not already. You'll see me occasionally on there as well.
Yes,
I try and jump in from time to time in some of the live streams. It's just fun talking rubbish. Yeah. It's all good.
Anytime we're doing watch-alongs on Sarcasm City TV and you hop on, feel free, man. Like, that's what I did during the Euros. That's why you was there during it, because it's like, if it's not Manchester United, carefree watch-alongs, like, all right, let's go. Stress-free. But in regards to Maguire, he's just not good enough. Did I try and defend him because he's a Manchester United player? Yes. I tried to see the good in him. Yes. Is he as bad as people make out? No. But is he good enough for where Manchester United want to go to? No, because he looks worse. He's looked worse next to Varane this season than he has next to Lindelof. And that's simply because Varane has exposed. He's been awful this season. He's been awful this season. He's been making mistake after mistake after mistake. Like, he's not had a good start whatsoever. But that's because Varane has shown the levels. Like, Varane's shown what a proper quality centre-back looks like. Because when he's playing next to Lindelof, it's like, you all by yourself, because he hides. I've seen it many a time. I say this all the time about Victor Lindelof. United be conceding goals, and you're nowhere near. You're not on the scene. I'm like, where are you? Why are you always hiding and positioning yourself so it's not your fault? But I don't rate either of them.
Gonna have that tag over your head when you're 80 million.
Yes, and that's not his fault. Yeah,
it's not his fault. It's the same thing with kind of Paul Pogba. When he performs to an outstanding level, it's like, well, of course, you're 100. Was it 90 mil? 100 mil?
90 mil. It was 90.
It was a lot of money. So again, it's always more common when that's the case. I mean, if he was 30 or 40 mil, like you played, I think Lindelof was about that much as well.
You're looking at it like 40. Lindelof was like about Drinkwater's
even then.
And he's just not good. Well, again, he's a back for that. Goes back to our recruitment, because I believe for Benfica, someone in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong. He played in a back three there, and he would be better in a back three. When he's much more better in it. He's much better in a back three than he is. Do I believe he's good enough? No. But same with Maguire. And Maguire, is Maguire not good enough? No, he's not good enough. But then also on top of that, he's also given the worst possible platform to succeed. He was playing in front of De Gea, who hasn't been good up until this point in the season. He was average last season, and he was poor 2 seasons before that. Lindelof, who's nowhere near not good enough. Shaw, who only had a small purple patch. And then you're playing behind McFred. You don't have a prayer. You ain't got a prayer. Like a world-class centre-back words. Yeah, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do. World-class centre-back in that scenario would struggle. Never mind someone who has deficiencies in their game. So he's going to show McFred, and you're next to Lindelof. With the out-of-form De Gea and Shaw, it's a wrap. Show's over. And that's what it is with Maguire. But yeah, people are going to get onto him because of the price tag also as well.
Just one question as well from David as well. What's the main issue with Man U? Wrong team selection, poor tactics. You think of Fernandes, Pogba, Ronaldo, Greenwood will be the team be set?
I think he's saying the team would be set. We are suffering with injuries. We're just not good. The issue with, what the issue is with Manchester United? Our manager. That's the biggest problem on the pitch. Are the owners a problem? Yes. I'm Glazers out. Can't stand the board. The coaching staff is not good enough. This is on Oli. He continues to play McFred. That's on him. You know what I'm saying? How are we this is now his team and we're struggling. Our defense has gone backwards. De Gea, all right, you signed 2 centre-backs. Maguire and Varane are your signings. Shaw is your guy. You signed Wan-Bissaka. There we go. You signed Bruno. You signed Donny and not using him. Sancho's your signing. Diallo's your signing. You signed 2 strikers in Cavani and Cristiano. This is now your team. It should be forming in your image. And it's not. You're spending this money and we look exactly the same. You're spending this money and we worse. Mourinho won trophies with a worse squad. Van Gaal won a trophy with a worse squad. And the football is awful as well. So we're not getting great football, entertaining football, and we're not getting results or trophies. So what are you doing exactly? He came in. That's the problem with it. It's him. There's no tactics. There is very poor, I should say. I shouldn't say this. It's just very poor. And everybody's out there, in the words of Saeed, it's freestyle football. When he said that, he was joking, but he was spot on. Freestyle football, bro. That's what it is. It's freestyle football. Every man out there, you never know what you're going to get. It is. Everyone, like kids in the playground and they just chase the ball. That's what it's freestyle. Everyone do what they want. Awful, man. He's a terrible manager.
I think we've got some more. We'll get some good players as well. We'll get some good things. Again, a lot of our players, to be honest, as well, like Tielemans is not hitting the levels that he should be. You're looking at other players like, obviously, Ndidi will be out for this one. Ricardo, I mean, I love Ricardo, but he is not hitting them level. I mean, he's being benched for Castagna, and Castagna's been good, but Ricardo should not be outplayed by Castagna. Castagna, technically, Ricardo is honestly, on his day, he's one of the best in the Prem. I will say that. Better defense. He's as good going forward as Alexander-Arnold, but better defensively. He's actually really good. Ryan's taking the piss out of us. No problem. Appreciate you, man. Football friends. Yeah, appreciate that. Nice reference there. If we are honest, Varane has a Daniel Amati of us all. We've got a Daniel Amati. It's one of our favorite players. It's good. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say? Because I think again, appreciate you having me on, man. That's pretty much everything I've got. The only thing we've touched on a little bit is Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, everybody was singing his praises, but however, I've been honest, and I'll just be like, I love the media hype around him when he wins, and it's the best thing since sliced bread. And then when they lose or have a bad game, nowhere to be seen. And that's nothing against you, Flawless. That's just more against the media than anybody else.
Yeah, it's one of them. Like, again, everybody got gassed and lost in the nostalgia of Cristiano Ronaldo coming back. Everybody got lost in that. Rightfully so. I did. I'm old enough to remember Cristiano Ronaldo when he was here. One of my favorite Manchester United players of all time.
It's one of my favorite teams to watch as a neutral, genuinely.
Quality, ridiculously good side and successful. And I didn't want him to come back simply because I knew he wouldn't solve the issues that we have. United have not had a problem under Oli scoring goals. Scoring goals hasn't been a problem. Ollie's done his best to make it an issue. How you do that with all that attacking talent, I don't know. Because there's times where we've gone 3-4 games and we've not created one big chance. And there was a period last season where we 3-0 draws and stuff. And everyone's talking about this away record. It was just pure draws. I say it, man. IKEA settings, just pure draws in this run. So many draws. And people were hyping this up to try and defend this, man. So on the Cristiano Ronaldo one, you have to give him the correct service. And yes, I got gassed in the nostalgia, but I knew it would cause an issue. And you don't want to see your legends go out like that. I don't want to see Oli go out like this. Because again, I'm old enough to remember him as a player and him being a part of one of the most successful periods for Manchester United. But I can separate the player from the manager. But now you're kind of tarnishing your legacy by overstaying your welcome. He came in to do a job. Mourinho left it toxic. He's rebuilt. And then he should have left. I say this, or I use the analogy all the time.
How long has he been in the job?
Too long. That's how long he's been. It's been too long.
Has he been in before Brendan?
He got the job. Well, I turned Oli out September 2019. So he's been here. Is it 20? No, he came in. Yeah, have a look. I think it's this is his third full year, I think. But he's been here. This is his third full year. This is his third full season, I think. Don't quote me on that, though.
He left in November, Mourinho.
Some around that time. Yeah, I'll let you pull up that information.
Just having a look now. 2018. Jesus.
So he's been. So there you go. So he would have got the job 2019. So he would have got the job 2019.
It's 3 years, man.
Yes,
it'll be 3 years soon.
Awful. Yeah,
I think Brendan Rodgers came in. It'll be 3 years in like February for Brendan Rodgers. So it's so roughly around the same time.
Yeah, but I just can't. I've had enough. I can't. Yeah. I've had enough.
He's tired of it.
I'm just tired of it. Literally tired of it. Specifically, like literally, that's what it is. Like you see me on Shameless. Like I can't tell you the last time I predicted a Manchester United win. I legit can't. When we played Young Boys, I was like, I ain't even confident going into this. But yeah, back to the Cristiano Ronaldo one. I knew the issues it would cause, and I didn't want to see Ronaldo go out like that because then he'll get unfairly criticized. How do you sign Cristiano Ronaldo? And people are having conversations already about whether he's best for the team. But I'm like, there was no plan of attack with him. Get the ball into the box for him, which Tellez is very good at doing and Dalot is very good at doing. But then you play Shaw and you play Wan-Bissaka, who are not fails. Everything's just a mismatch. There's no clear plan of attack. Like with City, whether Chelsea, whether Liverpool, you know exactly how they're going to set up. And even lower down teams, like with a Burnley, you might not like the way they play, but you know how they're going to set up. There's an idea, there's an identity. You know what to expect. With us, you never know what you're going to get. It's just rely on the attacking players to put it together. And then when you hear reports of coaching staff, the players saying the coaching sessions are a bit nursery-like and they don't like him from McKenna. This is reports that have come out. True, this is, I don't know. But it doesn't surprise me, though. It's like McKenna has no experience or no credentials, as does Ollie, and that's the same with Ollie and the entire coaching staff. They have no they have nothing to back this up. They haven't been successful anywhere else.
5-minute swimming badge.
Yeah, like.
Anyway, yeah, we'll have to lend it there. Flawless again. First time on the channel. Appreciate you coming on, man. We've got to get this more often, but we don't. We just
anytime.
Yeah, no, appreciate you getting on, and we'll have a little bit of a win. It is what it is. I think with both of our teams, again, one thing I want to touch on probably is Jamie Vardy. I know he's just kidding again. Again, for these Asian stuff, it's something that's going really, really under the radar as well, because he's been so clinical, but nobody's picking up on it. We're picking up on it as Leicester fans, so we'll pick him up. But the likes of Mo Salah, okay, he's been playing the best football ever. Jamie Vardy's got probably less opportunities, less chances, and scored just as many goals. It's been absolutely sensational. I can see him playing that kind of football against you as well. Yeah,
you know what it is with Jamie Vardy? He's a victim of his own success because we just expect it from him. So it's nothing new. Like, and that don't make it right. I think it's the reason of it. Yeah, but then Jamie Vardy has to go in and score. If he's put it this way, not that he's not scored good goals, but if he scores a sensational goal, that's what, like, put it this way, if he scores against us and scores a great goal on the weekend and does the suit, everyone's going to be talking about it. Oh, that's the kind of what it is. And I can see him doing the suit.
He's so, somebody put it in the comments earlier, I forgot who it was, and they were just taking it. But that's why we love him. I bet your opposition, it's probably like Diego Costa, you know, you absolutely hate him if he doesn't play for you. Absolute stinker of a human. When he plays for you,
you love him. I respect Vardy for doing it, because that's the type of thing I would do if I was a footballer. That is definitely, but that's what it is with Vardy.
I've heard him get abuse from the opposition fans, and he runs over and just arms out. Oh, it's beautiful. Or when he was in Man City and he scored, I think, for his hat trick, he's put his ears to the crowd. And he was like, he put his ears to the crowd like this. Oh, yeah, the 3 goals when winning 3-1. Oh, it's just, as a football fan, or I don't know if you've seen his eagle celebration against Crystal Palace.
Yes, I did. Yes, when he went to the corner flag. That's fantastic. And then he did the wolf cry against Wolves.
Wolf cry against Wolves. He pulled against Liverpool. He pulled the flag out the ground and started playing like guitar. It's just old. And
against Sheffield United, he kicked what's it called? He slid into the corner flag.
Yeah,
against Sheffield United. Yeah, he did. I could see him doing the suit, and then maybe he'll get his respect. But because Vardy's that good, we just expect it from him. So he kind of flies under the radar.
He's got to do better than Townsend Sue, because it wasn't good, but the intention and the intention was
awful.
It wasn't good.
It was awful. The Aston Villa fans who were doing it outside the ground did better.
Yes, so bad.
Their suits was better. Like, that's what it is. Aston Villa, I gotta give respect to him. Like, well played, well deserved in that, out here suing outside Old Trafford. But people still backing his manager. And to look at me like I'm crazy. It's nuts. It's nuts.
To be fair,
crazy.
Ronaldo's got more trophies and manager experience with Portugal in the Euros, technically. So, you know, Rooney did it at Derby. Then maybe what's
give it to Ronaldo to the end of the season. Let's just vibes the whole season. If we're gonna go with the vibes, let's go the whole way through. Ronaldo takes over. Cool. I'm just tired of this Ollie reign. I'm tired of not looking forward to watching Manchester United games. I'm tired of it. If it wasn't a part of my job, I would have stopped watching, because I just don't enjoy it. Like, I don't enjoy watching alongs. Like, I do for going back and forth with people in the comments, and my hosts are great and just running banter and running jokes. But watching the game, it's like, no. I know I'm just going to get crap. Win, lose, or draw, it's going to be crap. You haven't put in a 1 minute to 90-minute performance in, I tell you the last time. Even Leeds was a period where we didn't. Maybe
2-0?
Yeah, City. Yes. And how long ago was that?
Feels like forever.
That's what I'm saying. It was Manchester City, and that's because the league was already done by then. They'd won 21 games in a row. We're only double figures ahead. Show's over. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
We played very well, but that's it.
Damn. That'll be a chance to leave it again. But Floyd, again, you'll see us on Lewis G's channel, and Lewis is smashing it at the moment with Sky Sports and stuff like that. So big up to him. We'll probably get him on the channel for that.
That's
one.
My guy, man. Because his price has just gone up with that. He's added a few zeros to the bank. He get me to the booking fee.
Hopefully that trickles down, trickle down economy, and that comes to us. We get now. We'll see about that. But
100%.
Again, appreciate you, Flawless, coming on. If you've liked the stream, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you check out Flawless' stuff in the description below. It's Twitch, YouTube channel, Twitter, all that good stuff. Flawless, appreciate you having me on. Can't figure out my words now. It's been too long. It's been a long day. And we'll see everybody in the next video. So goodbye.
Big up, man. Big up.